Have you ever wondered what motivates us to do the things we do? Candy, extra screen time, getting to stay up late, money, extra credit points. These are all rewards that I've been offered at one point in time. Commonly, the use of rewards are used to encourage desired behaviors. In a world where rewards and incentives often dictate our actions, it's time to question whether this approach truly works. What if, rather than constantly seeking external validation through rewards, we turned inward to find a source of inspiration, fulfillment, or motivation? Initially, rewards are enticing, offering a temporary sense of gratification. Who doesn't want to get something in return for doing something you're being asked to do? I vividly recall a pivotal moment in the 3rd grade during my softball season when our coaches introduced the idea of rewarding exceptional plays with ice cream. Initially, the prospect of earning such treats filled us with excitement. Yet, as our focus shifted towards chasing after pop flies and hitting home runs solely for the sake of the reward, we actually didn't play better or develop skills faster. In fact, the fixation on the reward was taking the fun out of playing each game. Stress levels heightened among my teammates, including myself. The pressure to perform solely for the sake of the reward overshadowed our playing as a team. When we didn't catch that pop fly, instead of being focused on the next play, we became upset because of the loss of the reward. Relying on rewards can cause unexpected negative consequences. According to the article, The Dark Side of Rewards by education consultant Connie Persky, rather than making someone want to do something, the focus becomes solely on obtaining the reward. In addition, the fear of not receiving the reward can generate anxiety and shame. The negative emotions that become associated with this fear of not receiving the reward can even cause students to avoid situations that make them feel this way. In the Psychology Today article, The Power of Motivation, Dr. Matt Johnson asked the question, how can you get a child to stop drawing? Tell them you'll give them $1 for every picture they make. Children naturally have an inclination towards creating art, a drive that diminishes when external rewards are introduced. Interestingly, the quickest method to dampen this enthusiasm is dishing out rewards. Initially, there might be a minor surge in interest upon receiving monetary incentives, but this enthusiasm quickly fades. As the financial rewards accumulate, their intrinsic motivation to engage in art declines. Eventually, the child's interest in the activity goes away completely. This is exactly what happened on my softball team. This highlights the paradox of motivation. While rewards like money and ice cream can motivate us temporarily, they actually negatively impact our motivation in the long run. They make us happy for a little while, but then you're like, okay, so what's my next reward? Here's one more famous example. According to author Steve Gardner, a study was conducted by psychologist Edward Deci about the paradox of rewards. Deci held an experiment where a group of college kids worked on a puzzle called Soma for 30 minutes. One group was offered money for each puzzle they completed. The other group was not offered any money or rewards. At the end of the 30 minutes, Deci announced he had to leave the room to put data into the computer. Deci then told the students they could keep working on the puzzle, read a magazine, or just wait. This was actually the heart of the experiment because observers watched to see what the students did while Deci was gone. The students who were offered money had a greater tendency to stop playing the puzzle and just read or do nothing. However, the students who did not receive rewards continued working on their puzzle on their own. The students who didn't receive any rewards were driven to continue playing with the puzzle. In other words, they were intrinsically motivated to solve the puzzle. This means they wanted to solve it because it arose from their own interests, desires, and values, as opposed to the extrinsically motivated students who worked solely for the sake of the reward. Stefan Falk, an internationally recognized performance expert, explains that intrinsic motivation is a term used to describe the incentive we feel to complete a task simply because we find it interesting or enjoyable. He went on to share that learning the skill early will help us build the resilience we need to reach our goals and teach us how to bring more joy to our day-to-day life. Whether it's in the classroom, on the athletic fields, or at a job, developing intrinsic motivation is crucial for fostering long-term commitment, enjoyment, and personal growth. So you can see that while rewards may temporarily make you feel good, relying too much on them can actually stop us from being motivated by things we truly care about. Instead, by finding things we're passionate about and doing them because they matter to us, we will feel more fulfilled and motivated. After a few games that season, I embraced this mindset. Instead of worrying whether I was going to get ice cream, I concentrated on just having fun on my own and on my own development as a player. It was so empowering to just let go of the pressure of getting this external reward and just play. Don't get me wrong, I still made mistakes on the field and at bat. However, I was less stressed when those mistakes did happen. My focus on the field improved, and, most importantly, my confidence grew as a player. I became empowered by my own internal drive and finding my own success. That felt better than any trophy or medal or ice cream reward I could have received. Fast forward a couple years, and I'm not receiving any rewards for being on this stage today. I'm here as a result of intrinsic motivation. Although I knew this would be a long process, I craved that sense of accomplishment once I finished. So, let's remember to look inside ourselves for motivation and challenge each other to reach our goals without extra screen time, money, or ice cream. Together, we must rethink what motivates us and support each other becoming our best selves.